DaemonUmbra, no, you're not helping me get through the backlog. How many games are in the backlog now? Holy shit. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Homework. Okay, so this is the kind of game where you might want a notebook, by the way. There are grander puzzles that go beyond the main game loop. This is the water.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in, and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
How much of that the 46th room, he expects us to be able to find it, we're going to do it in a timely manner, but we don't have to just find it, we have to provide proof that we have found it. What's the timely manner to find it, do we know? Okay, so each of the footsteps is a room, not... I'm up to day 55 and still going, okay. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you'll lose one footstep. When you no longer have any left, you'll be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. Remember, this is a roguelite, fair enough. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy. I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. DaemonUmbra, thank you very much for the raid. I can see you were previously streaming some Mega Bonk. How was your stream? Blueprint's nice. How do you like? This is as far as I've gotten. I have never seen it. I've watched other people play it. I do not have all of them. It was fun. You got a pilot helmet. Fantastic. Are you done with Birdo now? You think? Yeah. I had the same opinion on Birdo. These grounds have provided me a home. No, wait. No, I got to get him gold. Oh no. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it." With all my love and wishes, best of luck. Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay. What have we got here? The Mount Holly Blueprint will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access this by pressing tab. Okay, so we need to get to the antechamber, do we? Or is that just the end of the first round, as it were? Apparently I have a DM showing me somebody deciding to try and disillusion me with my work on this. We can just walk outside and does this hold any information out here? Oh my god, blueprints. Yes, Audrey. We are trying blueprints for the first time. I am the type of person that will immediately abandon the path and have a look around the outside. I wish to see it. This it's like a secret. But this wait. Why is this costing me rooms? No. Well, we've just wasted 3 rooms. As always, I am always happy for people to provide. Eater Nation, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Interesting. I don't know where that's going to go, but I'm sure it will be relevant for us at some stage. And your following as well. I appreciate both. Now, because everyone seems to be ecstatic over blueprints, I will go over my backseating rules. I do not mind if you choose to backseat. However, the requirement is you cannot be butthurt if I ignore your instructions. I do not mind you telling me things that I should do and should check out, but I will still be trying to play it in my own manner. It will shut the hell up. I do not mind backseating. More fun to watch people's minds at work for me. Yeah. It's something that has come up before. Not fun, not nothing. I mean, that's fine. I don't mind people providing the information because I usually want to make things work in a manner that they're probably not designed to. Which is why it doesn't matter if you tell me what the solution is, I will try and find a different solution just because I can. Or, in some instances, can't, but I don't know if I can't. So, the only time I absolutely love it when people are backseating is like, that's the way you're going when I'm going that way, so that I can turn around and go another way because I wasn't ready to move on yet. I was still checking things out. Alright, well, we've gone down to 46 rooms and we have literally learned nothing. But we have 3 doors, 2 of which have locks on them. This game has no need to do everything in a specific order anyway, so it's even better. Yeah, this is my first ever gameplay. Alright, so select a room to draft. Whenever you enter this room, you gain 2. A closet has items, and a hallway is more rooms. I think we might take the bedroom, because I would like the trunk is locked. Okay, so we know where you are. I probably should have gone for the closet, to be honest, but we can possibly get a closet in here. Wait, what do you say? Greetings from Reddington. So we can draft what rooms we put where, so this would make sense to me for it to be a closet. Do not have a closet. Could be an ensuite. Or it could be a parlour. Okay, can I rotate the rooms or not? There's no way to rotate them once you've chosen them. Okay. This box is blue. The gems are in a true box. This box is black. I take it we need a key. Oh. Got that. A wind-up key. Another parlour. Dear Herbert, it was a great honour receiving the invitation to dine at your estate at the Oldens this past Thursday. If you're able to open the map with the room choices up, this really helps stop you from blocking yourself off from a title. Okay. If I'm being frank, it's been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to her. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I'd mentioned to you a rather singular parlour game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colours. It impressed me to write the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I've included with this letter all the details you'll need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounded game. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. Seems fairly simple to me. just in case people are wondering about the reasoning on that, this box is always going to be true, because the answer here is that the gems are in a true block box. Only one box. Oh, actually, no, that's not. The other two are always empty. This one said that the gems are in a true box. This says that the box is black, but it is not only black. This says the box is blue, but it is not only blue. Ergo, this is the only one that could be accurate. So these rooms are basically lost to me now. I was hoping that there'd be some way I could do something about that, but that's fine. Now, can I rotate these rooms when they go through? I don't. Or is that something you get later? Alright, so we have in here not a hell of a lot. We have found a gem. Fantastic. What do we use the gems for? We don't know yet. The rooms cannot be rotated, asterisks. I know they can be rotated because I've seen somebody rotate them. It just means that I do not yet have the ability to rotate them. And there's probably some form of cost that goes alongside rotating them that I didn't catch. Alright, so as much as I want to step through that threshold, that is going to force me to go that way. Maybe it's worth it. Yes. Because I would like to get as much of this place done as possible. We want a hallway so that I can get both rooms. Yes. Alright, so we've got this in here. So the hallway itself doesn't seem to offer anything in particular. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. In the west wing. But I still want to go that way. And I want it to be a nook. But this door is going to be locked, from what that said. There's a key in it. And journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes. A pad, a scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. I haven't seen anything yet that I would think needs to be recorded, unless I have and haven't understood what I was looking at. But so far this looks fine. I would like this to be a spare room. No. That needs 2 gems to make the room. A veranda. It does not lock me out of that hallway. We can absolutely do a veranda. What is that? That is another gem. We get to have a look outside, which is lovely. There's not a hell of a lot going on in here though. Half paid for itself. A corridor is always left unlocked, or a pantry. I think I'll take the corridor. These notes that it's telling me about the west wing and the corridor always being left unlocked and that stuff, that will stay with me the whole way through, right? It will always tell me when I'm choosing the room the rules of the rooms themselves, like that. Hey, this corridor will always be left unlocked, etc. I will see that every time. I don't need to report that. We can have a west wing. 1 star. I think the observatory is the room that you're saying could be spun, but I don't want that. I want the west wing. Staff notice, out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting during this period of the morning. Interesting. So, I think I want to start double back. And that is no, so we'll take a closet. A metal detector. Nice. Very nice. A die. While drafting, you may use it to roll new. Okay, okay. And then I guess we can go to the next room, which will be a courtyard, or we can go for 3 keys. No, because the requirement is to get back. We will be locked where we are if we do. Give a tool. Sledgehammer. Wait, what did the sledgehammer say? Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Did we have any? What's the shovel? No. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Well, that. Old tin can. It's not worth picking up. Okay, let's try this again. We wanna branch off from the main line that we've got going out here on the west. We can get a storeroom, we can get a drawing room, or we can get security. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Oh, is that? Again, you may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. I think that's all items currently in the house. So we don't necessarily want that yet, so we do want the drawing room. Okay. The drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, or you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like the options. W. Damon. Yep, DaemonUmbra bought it for me. They decided that they were going to get it for me from my wish list, which is fantastic. Okay, so I would like to go this way. Why can I not go this way? Oh, that is why I cannot go this way. Right. So that is something that is worth knowing. I didn't think that through. Then Oath had to go and worry him whether to bind it. That is true. I was somewhat concerned about the binder because I don't want to be doing homework when I'm playing video games. Now the door is locked, but we have a key. Do we want to use the key here? Yeah, I think we do. Use the key here. Alright, so we can redraw the floor plans on account of where we are. I don't like any of those. I want a room that will... Oh, fuck. Items for sale, we don't have any money. Get a breaker box and get a laboratory. That is some bad luck. Alright. Well, that is most unfortunate. because that is going to drain us of a lot of energy. How about chat is notebook? I didn't even realize I got another key. Alright, so we basically have to take chapel here. And suffer. So, note for the notebook, I do not like chapel. I'm sure there is a use for the chapel, but I do not like it. Oh, this is not good. Well, suffer! There'll be a reason not to hate it, I just don't know what the reason is yet. Nothing in the bathroom? Why do I keep getting dead rooms that don't have anything? Is this because I'm drawing them too early? Do I need something that will adjust this later on? Should I have just not entered? I shouldn't have entered. Okay, so we can go into the den. Wait, do you still have an item in there? You're a puzzle piece. Oh, we've completed the puzzle parlor, so we don't have to go back. Although, is there any difference between, so that gives me 2 rooms, so down 1, up 1, down 1. Now, apparently, if we can get multiple bedrooms in a row, that would be great. Well, apparently we do not have a choice in where we go. We must go through this door. Now, the problem here is, it's 2 bedrooms. So if we go into there, we literally have to get a spare bedroom. We do not have a choice because we have something. Paintbrush, paint, ladder itself. There's an item in the room somewhere. A coin on the floor. Alright, pantry for some more money, or a boudoir. Either way, we're turning to the right. Don't have a choice about that. I feel like we take the pantry and at least get paid. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we've just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5 oranges. These values sound important. 5 apples, 5 bananas, and 5... Okay, 5 orange. What is the excellent? Oh wait, hang on. Do we? Oh. Is that just going to be throughout the house then? So we're down to 4 bananas. And a banana's worth 3 points. $15 from bananas, which leaves 50 steps. 50 minus 15 will give us a remaining 35. So 35 has to be divided by x and y. Sorry, x plus y has to equal 35. Alright. Security? Yes. I've dodged security multiple times, but this should let me know if I've missed any items at this stage of the game. Okay, it's a great cinematic, but I really hope to see you play this to completion. Good luck. Blue memos are true, however red memos are lies. It is worth noting that that was recorded on a blue memo, which means that if the reverse statement is true, if red memos are true and blue memos are a lie, this memo would still be accurately reflected. We cannot trust it based off just that one. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. So basically, this is how we can work out what's going on. If we find the antechamber and we are able to utilize it, then we know that the red labels are correct and the blue labels are incorrect. If we find the antechamber and it has not been unlocked, then we know that the blue labels are correct and not the other way around. Based off the fact that this is the antechamber up here, I am likely to believe blue labels are correct. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computers terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. I believe this is the first time we've been informed as to the name of house manager. I could be wrong. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. One trunk. I recall that trunk. We could not get into it. Look, I had to try, right? Oh, hang on. Worth a shot. Starts with an S. No. Surely not. I don't know that it's worth retreating back. We've got all the fruit. It's the trunk that I'd like to know. If he manages to guess the password, I will shit myself. Why? I have missed this game. This is the best dinner entertainment. Alright, well, I tried. I tried a couple. I honestly think we need a passageway here. But we can't afford a passageway. I believe we've lost. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap. She discovered on Thursday that her fiction book, Swinbird, had been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's second time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, for her debut effort. No stranger to the public eye even before her literary. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair. God damn it, I spelled Sinclair wrong. Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from the political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. Swinbird author never considered herself a success. She confided, "My son was the one that actually got me to start right. I'd always challenge myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime. So as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there." Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, is based on her son and his inflexible love of the colour red. A statement that has been held with much scepticism by the many pundits that viewed that book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a complete dossier naming them a person of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility of the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Blackwood. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumours in a statement. "Good night, I'm old, it's 1 AM, good luck with your run, gonna lurk." Fair enough, have a good night there, Eternation. Ruffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumours in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of an unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would also be the first time the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, although the charges were later dropped. Marigold has dropped her publisher. Local author and popular personality Marion Marigold has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner Ruffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, whom Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Manning and White at press function, seen at the corner being the suspicious bag under the wave down local. This is the 3rd major last year. Anticipated, charged by the Crown. Manning was the last. Nope, doesn't line up. Trial begins on Tuesday, expected to last up to with brand of treason. No trace is discovered of Sinker Heres, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Marion Marigold, last seen by a close friend around 3:45 PM Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Miss Jones never arrived home. The carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned but have not deemed the case foul play. It's an out of character point they're seeking. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic royal heist. Thieves in the royal cavity of Tenaries have broken into one of the Crown's favourite close exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage. Access has never been granted to those outside noble circles, at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities say they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumoured to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orinda Aries, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. If these rumours are true, the evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Try Sinclair. Did I spell it wrong? Oof. Sure, why not? Sinclair. Sinclair. How have I been spelling? I have been spelling that. Just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt for advancement. Peculiar personality, somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house, so I was beginning to suspect you retired the full plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. Spare set of car keys. Damn it. Not that it matters, because I think that is us locked out now. Oh, we can get to the chapel. But we don't have enough rooms to get there. Does this get me another 10 rooms? No. Ah. Still that. Alright, cool. Ah, there it is. Can we get there in time? 8765432. Yep. The drop-off address is 227 Sandy Heights, small garage on the south edge of Trinsdale. The goods are already secure and in the trunk. So just unload and get back here before noon. I've seen Sinclair's schedule, and I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you never know when the cat will want to get some. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has payment ready. Christopher, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I don't care how long you've been driving for His Lordship. Your absence must be accounted for, Miss Babbage. Floor plan, insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Well, we can't get back to a terminal. Call it a day. You've used all your energy and must now call it a day. You've pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue a search tomorrow, however the house might be a little different. I left the house as my final step. I think that was a good move. So what was I so close to? Because I'd locked myself out pretty hard of advancing.